the correlation between these as I rev it. See how the red gets higher and faster and the blue gets closer together. Alright guys, we're on an I30 today. It's a bit of a backstory on it, but he took it in to be repaired because the engine management light was on. Had a couple of repairs to it after he just bought it, so he took it back to the garage. They carried out the repairs, the engine management light wasn't on. Then he tested out a scan tool that he bought, and it turned out the engine management light was on and that they just bunged it up. We had a fault code there for advanced timing, which was the original fault. So we're going to go in and do a crank correlation on it just to check the timing. So first thing I'm going to do is set up my scope. So what I've done is actually check the wiring diagram, and I wanted to get onto the signal wires. So here's the camshaft here. It has a 3-wire Hall effect sensor. So this is our signal wire here, and then the bottom one, which is the crank sensor, just down in there. That's a 2-wire one, but so this is the signal wire here, and that's also the live wire. Okay, so just for clarification, we got a red wire going to the signal wire on the camshaft sensor and the crankshaft position sensor down there, and then we've got a dual earth on a good earth, which we know the battery. So now I've got these wires. I managed to lead them into the cab, into the Pico, which is into the laptop. So let's run this test. What we're doing here now is essentially checking the compatibility, or how well the crankshaft is communicating with the camshaft, and give us any information on whether it's out of sync at all or anything like that. Yes, you can do this without a Pico scope. You can do it, but in order to do that, this is a timing chain, so you'd have to strip that whole thing down. Same with the timing belt. If it was a timing belt version, you'd have to spend a couple of hours to strip it down to check and retime it all then. So as it stands, this is going to take me a couple of minutes. It's going to give me the same information. It's going to require less parts, less labour, and ultimately less cost to the customer. So we're just in the vehicle now. We're setting the scope up. So we got all the right settings that we need. It would be worth knowing at this point that this information I'm about to give you is not generic in any way, shape or form. It would not cross across different models and different platforms. It is generic. It's specific to this vehicle. I spoke with Toolbox Cleaning, who is actually a master tech and the main dealer, who is an expert on these engines, who helped me analyze and pick apart these wave diagrams, or these waveforms and these diagrams, to understand what is going on. You cannot use this information to do a crank correlation on, say, a Focus or something like that. It is specific to this engine. Okay, so now we've got our sensors where we want them. We've got our setting step on the laptop as we want them. So let's get the vehicle started and see this waveform. There you go. As you can see, the red is channel B, which is the channel B, which is the crank sensor. And the blue is channel A, which is the cam sensor. And you can see the correlation between these as I rev it. See how the red gets higher and faster, and the blue gets closer together. It's more frequent, I suppose it would be a more accurate way of saying it. Okay, now we've seen that we've got the signal coming through as it should. It's time to analyze it properly rather than just playing around with the accelerator. So you can see as I got it paused, and these peaks, these gaps here, they belong there. That there then is one resolution or one cycle of the crankshaft. And then we look at the blue. So from here to here, that's one resolution of the camshaft. And these individual spikes of the red one, they equal 1 degree. So from this point here to this point here is 1 degree. The camshaft should be around 5 degrees before top dead center. So this is around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just double check that. Yeah, around nine peaks before. So that is out. It's early by around 4 degrees. So the timing is advanced on the camshaft sensor. So this is great. This tells us that the timing is out by 4 degrees. Explains why we've got a code for advanced timing, and gives us an area. A little bit more information we get from this. As you can see, there's 9 peaks here, but there is 10 on this one, and the jolting about would indicate a stretched chain. Right, now we know this information. We can see without doubt that the chain is bouncing around in there, that the chain is stretched. Now the customer can go ahead fully confident, fully aware of what he's getting himself in for. Thanks for watching, guys.